This computer.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
we're recording now, which is good. You didn't record all that mindless chit chat. Right, everybody. A couple things Chapo and I want to review here. He's got notes. Obviously, government shutdown throws a curveball into a lot of things, especially like possibly the nutrition challenge, disrupts the motivation, disrupts consistency and routine. We want to share some tips, tricks, and answer questions, and share with you guys a couple of the solutions that we're rolling out to help as many people as we possibly can through this ordeal. So, Chapo, we were chatting the other day about you had some pretty slick ideas that came up that you were just implementing into your daily with everything to keep your food structured and everything. What are some of those tips, man?
So yeah, basically everybody's obviously struggling, I think, the most with not snacking, right? You're home all day, and me included, it's pretty easy just to kind of be bored and mindless and just start eating.
Yeah.
So I put together a couple things, like a list of things that people could do to try to obviously make sure that doesn't happen too much, right? There's the way they're still eating, the amount that supports their bodily functions and exercise, but not any more than that. First thing is obviously try to keep your routine as much as you can. So like one thing that's helped me a lot is staying busy. So not getting up, like I basically just made a deal that I wasn't going to turn on the TV until like after dinner. So like music goes on, when I wake up, drink coffee, all that stuff, but then I start something. So usually the first thing will be like check, let's say, emails or anything like that. If you're working at home, like on the computer, obviously you have to start working at a certain time and do those things. But don't turn the TV on till after dinner. So that's option number one that I would say. If you're kind of like us and you're kind of just like working, as emails come in and stuff like that, then I've been trying to wake up and do something like around the house, like a DIY type project first thing. And that usually chews up a couple hours where I'm not just sitting around snacking on foods.
Use up a couple hours for me when you're FaceTiming me how not to cross your wires too.
I was trying to get not electrocuted, man.
Snack. No, yeah, for sure. It's good stuff.
That helped. And then one thing that actually Bailey had an idea on was still prepping your food. So even though you're at home and you can make every single meal, which is good, prepping it out on Sunday. So like today we've already prepped for the entire week. That way it's already made and you have exactly what you need to eat. Instead of like, oh, I'm going to make this and I kind of want some of that too. Basically make your meals that you're going to eat, the day before, the night before, whatever, the week before, and only allow yourself to eat those.
Yeah.
So I'll log in my Fitness Pal the night before, everything I'm going to eat for the next day. So I basically have a list of things that I'm allowed to eat, right? Where I put it basically all together in the fridge. This is what you're allowed to eat for this day. If you eat it all before 10 a.m., then too bad. You're going to be hungry all day,
Yeah. No, I like that. I mean, just setting up and staging out your meals. So if you're on lockdown at home, right? Like we are. I mean, we're all of us are on home lockdown. It is super easy to just snack and mindlessly eat, boredom eat, depression eat, whatever you want to call it, but intentional eating kind of can go out the window. And I love that thing you and Bailey got a bag out and you put your food, this is my food for tomorrow. Mm-hmm. And it just makes it visual and very actionable to work within those boundaries to mentally engage in that process. And that was a fantastic idea to for everybody to adopt and think about. Thinking on our nutrition habits, so far nutrition challenge, eating slow, being intentional. Now is a fantastic time to truly invest in eating slow. Wouldn't you agree? If you're sitting on your butt,
oh yeah,
you got the time. Eating slow is a huge tool to help control calorie intake, feel full, eat less. I mean, as many of you guys know, if you try to go to the grocery store with all the freaking clowns out there that are hoarding everything because they're a bunch of idiots.
Yeah. That's like the new hood. You know what I mean?
Dude, it's something, man. It's something. But anyways, the reality is there is some rationing going on with inside all of our houses. Can't get to the grocery store all the time. When you go there, there's not, the normal quantities and things. So it's like just being very intentional about what you eat, when you eat it, why you eat it. It helps. And you guys can use this time to truly, truly get your brain wrapped around what food you need, why you need it, and really invest a lot of energy into what goes into your mouth. Like there's that camp of mindless eating and just putting whatever crap you want in your mouth. And then there's that camp we can be truly intentional and get a lot of focused quality energy out of this time. So,
Right.
And I've heard both. You probably have too. It's like, oh, when I'm stressed, I don't eat. Or when I'm stressed, I eat everything. I personally fall into the camp of high stress. I do not eat. Like my appetite goes out the window, and it's just head to the grindstone and get work done.
Right.
I had like 3 days there of very limited food. And when my appetite started coming back, that's when I could tell that I was starting to manage my stress better. And these things are just tools that you can learn and put energy into during this time. One thing that I have for you guys is journaling. Having a notebook, or also using a combination of like MyFitnessPal and a notebook, and really kind of journaling your thoughts and emotions around your eating. This could be a good time to start kind of learning what triggers this craving. Okay, I'm hungry, but why? Kind of start playing that out, and a little bit of journaling can help get you pretty mindful in what you're eating, why you're eating it. So.
Yeah, I think another thing is like one of the main rules that you learn, when you start to become a nutrition coach is it's pretty simple. If it's in your house, you're going to eat it, or somebody in your house is going to eat it, right? More often than not. So when you people are out there buying food, I understand that a lot of people are trying to buy things that don't necessarily go bad fast. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you need to be buying like all pasta, Hamburger Helper, this and that, like still shitty food. You can buy frozen vegetables. You can buy frozen fruits, right? You can still obviously buy meat, freeze it, right? So you should still be buying good foods and preserving it by freezing it, and not necessarily just putting a bunch of shit on your shelf that you're going to eat, mindlessly or snack on anyways. Like, yeah, it's okay to have some of that, especially during this time, because you never know what's going to happen, but save that for if you're not allowed to go out or whatever, and still try to buy fresh stuff if you can find it. If not, then go to the frozen stuff, and just freeze it yourself, or just keep it frozen if you're buying it frozen, right? And pull out the vegetables, every night. Pull out the fruit that you're eating. Same thing with the meat, defrosting that. Like, you can still eat well and have stuff that's going to last a little bit longer. And I think people just kind of miss that, and they think that they need to buy just all this shit that can sit on their shelf for years, if they need to, and eat that instead.
Yeah, and I'll give the community, the DE community, high five. I mean, I've heard a lot of good things about, like, when you go to the store, all the healthy stuff's still there, and I've noticed that, because like Cassie, myself, when we go get some food, it's like all of our normal stuff for the most part is still there. Like, the things that are missing is all the clowns hoarding toilet paper. And yeah, I got a little trick I can show you guys later about how to preserve toilet paper. And then it's but then, yeah, I was at Costco like last week just getting our regulars. And what's up, Bailey? Is she hiding? She dropped down quick. But most people getting like really unnutritious, non-nutrient dense food.
Right.
And eating like that is one of the biggest problems. People are freaking out of their minds because they don't have a healthy immune system, a healthy body to combat this stuff. But anyways, move on to some other deals here. So we have that camp. We have the camp of people. Tragically, we got quite a few people in our gym community that were pretty heavily affected with being shut down, right? Their business, work, they're in the same boat as, me and Joaquin are. So you have that camp. On the flip side of that, you have the other camp. of people that they're working. Nicole threw up a question here. 70-hour work weeks right now. I mean, absolute insanity. A lot of our healthcare providers are getting slaughtered because the clown's going to the ER with a runny nose, thinking they're dying of Ebola. You know, so it's like people are there. There's that other camp that are just getting annihilated. And Nicole has a question. What type of tips for eating quickly during short breaks for my new 70-hour work weeks? Well, one, if there's any sort of support you can get, whether it be via some sort of, and this is mine, and then we'll get Joaquin's take, but some sort of like maybe meal prep or some meal delivery type stuff. I know like Ice Age Meals, Freshly, Mother of Macro. Have you heard that one yet? Some Macro Mother, something local here. I just heard about
Freshly still doing drop-offs.
What's that?
I know that Freshly is still like operating and doing drop-offs at your house.
Yeah. So I mean, if you have the capacity, Mother of Macros, there it is, and you have the financial means, if you're getting crushed at work and meal prepping and stuff is just being really, really difficult. Hold on one second.
Short breaks from 70-hour work week.
The heater in here kicked on. It's killing me. If you can afford it, I would say this would be one of those times that you get a little bit of extra help from a meal delivery service. At least that'll help with, maybe 1 or 2 meals a day. And then planning out snacks that are nutrient dense, right? You need energy, you need good, heavy dose of micronutrients and macronutrients, but particularly the micros keep up with your immune system and your body function during this high stress, high performance time. And if you can, take 5 to 10 minutes to just like clear your brain either at the end of the day, first part of the day, or both, and just kind of wrap your head around the game plan you need to do. Because if you can consume the best food possible, get whatever sleep you can possible, it's going to help you perform at the highest level possible. So, I mean, I'm on the opposite end, I guess, in a way. I'm not being like forced to work 70-hour weeks, but I've been nonstop since all this stuff happened. And one of the big things that has kept me from making crappy food choices or having, handful of drinks or something, blow off steam, whatever, is I want to be functioning both mentally and physically at the highest level possible right now, because I need to. Like, there's a lot of things to get done, a lot of things to do, think, and perform. So you guys out there, a little bit of planning, really making sure you emphasize blocking out 10, 15 minutes to be able to plan. Try to get some help if you can when it comes to some fast meals. Because if you're working 70 hours a week, like the reality is of sitting around cooking, being able to cook might be going out the window right now. So if you can get some support with some meals there, and then just getting those nutrient dense snacks, getting vegetables in bags ready to go, getting, some of the healthier choices when it comes to perfect food bars, RX bars. There's
fruit, nuts and seeds.
Yeah, fresh fruit, nuts and seeds. Yeah, I mean, little cheese block, little Baby Bell cheese things are good snacks. I mean, just having this stuff readily available can really help. Blending up a super shake, you can get a good dose of calories and micronutrients in a super shake. I think, what was that?
You do yogurt too as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's big.
Yeah, try to stick to the plain yogurt as much as possible. A lot of the flavored yogurts have a lot of sugar in them, not as optimal.
I would say if you're not cooking, Nicole, like if you can't make it happen right now, then definitely, meal service would probably be the way to go. But I'm not sure if you know how long that you'll be working these, if it's just until you can start running again, which is the same time as everybody, then maybe I'd look into getting a box or 2 of that.
I can tell you for a fact, she is one of the ones right in the middle of all this when it comes to mitigating and managing the crisis. She's over.
I think Freshly, I'm not sure exactly how it works, if they go month to month but Ice Age Meals you could do as well. But you can order just a certain amount of meals from them. Obviously planning would be the best strategy that you could possibly have, just kind of thinking about what you're going to be eating, for breakfast, for lunch, and for dinner throughout the day, throughout your work week. And then, yeah, like we said with the snacks, just trying to do quick, easy things that have macronutrients, micronutrients, like we were talking about, nuts and seeds, some good jerky, anything like that, some deli meat, those kinds of things, have that on hand. But then, like I said, kind of if you can plan it, prep it out, put it in like a lunch bag or whatever, even if it's in your fridge. That way you have what you need and you're not like, oh, how many times do you open the fridge? I do this all the time and just stare at the fridge and you're like, what should I eat? And the doors are just open and you're like going to this. If you open it up and your lunch bag is in there, you can have whatever's in your lunch bag.
That's awesome, man. Amber said, I do Purple Carrot, a vegan meal delivery service at multiple free weeks available if anybody wants them. Email to just a cutie or Insta or her email. Yeah, so she's got some options there to help out.
That's awesome.
It's tough. It's tough. Just know, Nicole and all you guys out there that are grinding it out, especially healthcare workers, if there's anything that we can do as, your health and fitness coaches on our end, let us know and we'll try to help out as much as we possibly can. One of the big things that Joaquin brought up in the beginning here was maintaining your routine. Biggest thing when we go through any sort of major life change, I'm talking major life disruption, it is super easy to let your routine just ghost out of here, right? So much has been proven around routine equals success. The better you can manage and maintain a routine and a plan, the more success you'll have. So brainstormed some ideas and we came up with the quarantine routine challenge. Okay. Maybe most of you guys have heard about it, signed up for it. The whole premise of this is to give everybody a tool in a community with a leaderboard to be able to engage in a routine. The routine is, 10 minutes of exercise a day. It doesn't need to be high intensity. It can be more than 10 minutes, but a minimum of 10 minutes. The goal is a double-edged, home workout, but there's a lot of things people can do to get 10 minutes of exercise. The goal is 10 minutes of exercise. Eat healthy. You get to rank how you ate on there. Good, okay, terrible. 3 options. There's gratitude on there. There's supporting a small business on there, which is in regards to either if you have the means or ability to buy a cup of coffee or something. But also beyond that is just like sharing small businesses' social medias and commenting on their stuff. It's a huge help. And just seeing comments on our own social media and engaging with us, it inspires us and helps dig us out of these times. So there is a weekly progress picture that's purely for yourself if you want to do it, and then a weekly weigh-in. Those are just tools, accountability tools to help everybody out a little bit, keep track on. This whole thing's on the honor system. It's funsies. It's to help just kind of gauge and mentally. Those of you that signed up, there's the app, the Wodify Rise app. And the whole concept is purely to help everybody maintain a routine and engage in that process every day for the next 30 days is good, healthy routine. So there's 182 people right now signed up. We can take up to 500.
That's good.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool, you guys. I really appreciate that. If you guys got any questions on the quarantine routine challenge, drop them in there real quick. We can answer those right now.
Another thing I want to talk about is one thing that helped is schedule, like your routine. And I noticed that a lot of you guys are doing it as well. Typically I would work out at, let's say 10 a.m., right? Whatever. I'm still trying to work out at 10 a.m. I noticed that you've been getting up still, even though you don't have to, at 5 a.m. every single day, and you're still working out at that time. Obviously, it's not ideal when you're out in the cold and all that, but you maintain your routine in that aspect, right? And one thing that helped me was one of the first things I did was write out a schedule: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, right? So if you're kind of sitting at home and you're not on the computer all day doing work from home type stuff, and you well, I guess I'm just kind of sitting around, I don't know what to do. I would say do that first, make a schedule, right? There's things that you probably need to get done around your house if you're not working at this certain time, right? And Monday, I'm going to rearrange my closet. right? And I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to work out at this time, and then just stick to that schedule.
Yep.
And that's helped me a lot. It's like creating a schedule and then sticking to that schedule. Obviously, if it's off a little bit, no big deal. Things come up. But at least if you have a plan, you can kind of alter it as opposed to just wasting hours because I'm sitting around waiting to see what you're going to do or what you should be doing.
Well, I mean, yeah, and with that, man, it's like it's so easy to get sucked into social media, the news, all that crap, and being thrown off your game. You know, right now we got 30 days that, yeah, it sucks, but we can turn it into a very highly productive time to get things done in our life and to accomplish things that otherwise we wouldn't have this kind of time to do. You know, there's a lot of opportunity here for you guys if you do exactly what Joaquin's saying is take a schedule, stick to a plan, come up with some things that you want to do, accomplish, learn. I mean, if you've never tried weighing and measuring your food and you want to play around with macro counting,
Perfect time.
this is a great time to dive into that and learn.
Yeah.
You know, anything you guys want to learn, just make sure that you're putting effort into becoming better over the next 30 days. You want to accomplish something. You know, we got some coaches that are getting their precision nutrition coaching done. We got, you know, people working on extra programs and brothers working on, you know, more media content and things that, you know, we just don't necessarily always have the time to do in the day-to-day that, you know, the day-to-day grind. So take a schedule, take a plan that involves your nutrition, exercise, and health, but also come up with some ideas, some things that you really want to engage in to improve. You are either personally, family, with your spouse, with your kids, with your professional life. Like there's so much good stuff that can come out of this, even though it's not an optimal time that's going to be written about in the history books, that is going to be talked about generation after generation after generation. This is one of those. This is one of those. Just is. And let's make sure that we all put our heads down, make a plan, execute the plan, come out better on the other side of this. That's a choice. That's 100% a choice. And getting a schedule and sticking to a schedule will definitely help with that outcome.
That's helped me a ton.
Like Joaquin talking about, he only watches some TV at night. I've seen so many posts of people Netflixing, hanging out, this and that. Like, yeah, sure, do a little bit of decompress, a little bit of, but really try to use this time for something productive for you guys. You know, if you want to chat about it separately, or if you want to jump on a phone call, FaceTime call, I'm always more than happy to set up one of those with you guys and go through any health, fitness, nutrition, or any other, you know, types of questions you guys want to dive into. So just shoot me a message or email or something. We can set that up during the week. I would love to do that. I'd love to do that with you guys. Brandy threw in there. It's a Watify Rise. I don't know if you can see that little guy. Yeah, it's the Watify Rise program. Those of you that did one of the old Reps of Discipline push-up challenges, this is the software we ran it on, and it worked pretty good then. So we're gonna give it a go again. But it's the Watify Rise app. So that's the one. It's not a double-edged app or anything. It's Watify.
Non-double-edged members can do the root quarantine challenge.
Anybody can do it. I'd said share this with your friends, family, anybody that's going through a struggle right now, anybody that could use a little routine, a little help, a little guidance.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, the whole world's in this together, so it'd be selfish if we just isolated it to our community when it can impact everybody else.
Yeah.
There's definitely some names in the list I didn't recognize, so that's cool. I really like that. You guys, when it comes to health and nutrition stuff, this is a great time that we can help, and we can help you. So one of the things that we can do right now is, if you've done an in-body scan at the gym, and most of you have, we have that. It's weird how divinely this kind of all played in. But prior to the kickoff of the year-long nutrition challenge, we integrated our in-body machines, plugged them into the wall, and they go to the cloud. Well, that gives me and Coach Joaquin here the abilities to pull those in-bodies at any time. So if you've had an in-body scan, regardless of what gym, we can pull your in-body scan, and we have some things going on where we can give you guys some macros, give you guys some basic nutrition plans, some starting points. And you guys, if you want them, if that's something you're interested in, shoot either me or Joaquin an email, and we can fire those things back to you to help give you some content, some education, some ideas on where to get started when it comes to learning some macro science and how to weigh and measure your food using your hand and eyes. Now, there's some tips and tricks that we can fire back to you guys, and we do that based off your in-body scan. So if you had an in-body scan and it's something you're interested in, shoot either myself, Coach Joaquin here, an email, and we can get you set up with that stuff.
It brings up an interesting point. And the people that are actually like sitting at home and not like going anywhere and very minimal exercise, like your food supports your exercise. Obviously, most of you know that. So if you truly are kind of not doing much, kind of just a little bit of stuff around the house, you probably should email Derek or myself and get set up like on how much you should be eating, because it's very, very easy in this time to overeat, right? You're spending probably less energy than you have in a long time. So if you're still eating the way that you were and you're not exercising and you're not as active as you were before, that's excess calories, which means body fat.
Yes.
That's not what we want. So if you're kind of wondering like where you should be and what you should be eating, definitely reach out, right? You can call us, text us, you can email us. Any one of those is fine. And we'll help you get set up on like, give you a rough estimate if you've done an in-body scan. Even if you haven't, right, we'll still give you a rough estimate, but in-body definitely helps. And we can tell you how much, because like I said, you're not expending as much energy as you were before. So you shouldn't be eating as much as you were before.
No, and the rules of thermodynamics apply. Now, if you eat more calories than you burn, you're going to gain fat. And if you eat less calories than you burn, you're going to lose fat. Now, there are variables to this, which the next nutrition challenge email, obviously we got land blasted this last week, so we're a couple steps behind here. But one of the next ones that's coming out is about the science behind thermodynamics and calories in, calories out. So Joaquin's point exactly, if your activity levels change, your calorie levels changed, what you need has changed, we can help get you guys some ideas and starting points for sure. And we'd love to do that. Again, email either Joaquin at doubleedgefitness.com or myself, Derek at doubleedgefitness.com. Super stoked to help with that. Super stoked. What else we got, you guys? What else is going on out there in your nutrition world? Any non-nutrition related questions, fitness questions, lifestyle, throw them at us right now. We'll take the next few minutes unless you got something more specific, Joaquin, to dive into.
No, just kind of reiterate everything. Like when you're going to the grocery store, remember you can still buy good food, right? You can still buy fresh food if it's available to you. Most stores are. Like I went to Sprouts today and it was okay. Local Rayleigh's, not so much, but Sprouts had all the good stuff.
Yep.
They were limiting items and quantities, but still 2 of every vegetable or whatever is still a handful of vegetables, and like I said, freeze it. Buy frozen vegetables, buy frozen fruits, buy meat, right? And you can freeze that, pull it out. Try to stay away from the stuff that sits on the shelf for 6 months and you can still eat it as best you can. Prep your food, right? You should still be making a schedule, still making time to prep your food out. That way it's already made for you. You shouldn't have to sit and make a decision. What am I going to eat? It's there. You eat it. You get back to doing whatever you were doing. Have a plan and then try to stay busy, right? Doing whatever it is you need to do. But the more you're just sitting around being bored, not doing anything, not that that's not okay, but the easier it is to snack on things. And it's not because you're hungry. It's just because you're bored.
Yeah, no, boredom eating is a huge deal. It's a huge deal. So making sure you guys are keeping that stuff in check, mentally engaging. So if I'm eating this, why? Just ask the question, why am I eating this? Is it going to have a positive outcome?
Right.
Outcome-based decision-making is one of the most powerful tools in life, let alone your nutrition. So whatever activity, whether it be food, physical, whatever, think, is this going to have a positive outcome for my goals, for my life? Yes, do it. No, just try to stay away from it. And use that with all this stuff. Questions regarding nutrition or routines.
Yeah.
Oh, you post that in there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's powerful. It's powerful, powerful stuff. Guys, use this time wisely. Use this time to get better, to improve, to make some positive outcomes in various aspects of your life. You know, as shitty as this is for quite a few of us out there, is gut wrenching as going through what, Double Edge is particularly going through, but a bunch of other small businesses are going through. Sucks.
Yeah.
Sucks. And the only thing that I can do and that we can do as a collective team is make sure that we come out the other side better by using this time as wisely as we possibly can. That doesn't mean there's not going to be change. That doesn't mean things aren't going to be different on the other side of this in 30 days, because it is. The reality is all of our lives are going to be different in some way or another. It's inevitable, but we do still have control of those outcomes in a huge capacity based on how we use this time. We have a huge possibility of positive outcomes. So,
Yeah.
guys, let's put in the work. Let's keep supporting each other. We really feed off you guys on the social media, and when you guys send us emails and texts asking for help, support, like, we feed off that. We're here to help. We're here to do what we can. So, use us and lean on us. So
Yeah, there's been tons of people on the leaderboard for the home workouts, which is great.
it's been super rad.
A lot of coaches are posting other workouts that you can do. Some dumbbell workouts, like if you're grabbing a dumbbell or kettlebell, all that stuff is good. But you're inspiring other people by making it like known. So, there's a C10 do 10 challenge right now that are going on, which I think is great, because now more people are just thinking about, exercise and doing stuff, which is good.
Not using time for productivity, and to Joaquin's point, like you said, if you guys post about, things that you're doing, things that you're eating, exercise that's taking place, and, you're inspiring somebody that's watching you. Right? It does matter in times like these. It's a big deal. So, guys, share what you're doing, engage in what you're doing. Take another minute here. So if you guys got questions or anything,
Let us know. Don't be shy.
don't be shy. Somebody has a question, that means probably somebody else has the same question. So, Chop,
Yo.
what's the plan tomorrow? What are you doing?
Uh,
What's your routine look like?
so tomorrow,
Yeah.
wake up,
That's
drink a
good.
little bit of coffee.
Yeah.
After that, I set an hour or so aside to send out emails, respond to anything, reach out to a handful of people. I've been kind of breaking it into sections, every other day. After that, I usually spend an hour or two, if it takes a little bit, doing something around the house, something to improve the house. So basically, tomorrow I'm going to be caulking the baseboard in my bedroom that I haven't done. So I'll be doing that for a couple hours. I usually work out kind of like around 1-ish. So I still try to stay with that as best I can. And then we're going live again for the home workout at 5. I believe I'm doing that tomorrow. So
Yeah. I got
join me tomorrow, 5 p.m., nice and late party.
5 a.m. baby.
Get my costume picked out. Yeah, we're going to do heavy cleans, Eric.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the plan for tomorrow.
Yeah, right on, man. Right on. My whole goal is to wake up 4 a.m., do my normal routine the way I do, coach that 5 a.m. class virtually. I think Jess is jumping on the Instagram live with me. And then after that, start hammering out just some more things related to the gym and tools and things that we can use over the next 30 days. Most importantly, tomorrow's goal is to sort through the equipment rental list. If you guys haven't seen the email, went out just before the this call. So if you're looking to borrow a couple pieces of equipment, I sent out an email. It's first come, first serve on who fill out the Google form. So get in there. And then on Tuesday, we're going to set up pickup times, provided we're not on like full lockdown, can still move around town. set up some pickup times at each gym, then come and sign out the equipment so we can, give you guys some options and some other things to be able to do during this time as much as we possibly can. So
Yeah.
that's kind of the plan for tomorrow for me. Hell yeah.
Have anybody here watching logged on to any of the Instagram live workouts and done it with the coach? Interested to see.
Let's see. Recognize some.
I think there's quite a few on yesterday and the day before.
No, it's been fun actually. For a shitty situation, like jumping on there with Coach Jess and stuff and watching you guys, like it's been fun. It wasn't fun watching you beat the crap out of me on that burpee workout. And you're so fit.
Look at my elbows, dude.
Yeah, I don't have that problem, but I can tell you, dude, you annihilated me. Not yet. I hope to try 5 a.m. tomorrow.
5 a.m.
We'll be there. I'll be going live from inside the garage.
Yeah.
How do we access the home workouts? Home workouts are posted in SugarWOD, double-edged SugarWOD. The access code is I love DE in all caps. Jacob is posting on YouTube just a breakdown of what the workout is and the movements for each day. Says, I know not everybody can hit the Instagram live right when we start to see how we break it down. So he's posting a YouTube video of just what the workout is and the movements. So you guys can check that out on the Double Edge Fitness YouTube page. And then logging your workout, tracking it in SugarWOD. Tomorrow's workout is quarantine. I believe that's compliments of Chapo.
Yeah, that should be good. We're going to retest that one right before we come back.
Jake was saying, too, that's going to be in the retest catalog. So
good.
And we're going to keep that one around for the memories.
Yeah, it's fight gone bad style, which I tend to like. So you're going 1 minute max repetitions. We're doing, I think, 3 rounds or 5 rounds total, but 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute rest.
1 minute, 1 minute rest.
So that should be good. So join the live stream if you can and hit it.
We got 5 a.m., 12 noon, and 5 p.m. tomorrow. We'll be rocking those.
It's on SugarWOD.
SugarWOD. All right, team. Well, if there's no more questions or anything, again, reach out to us and let us know how we can help you guys. In the big scheme of life, 30 days is going to fly by. But in the reality, living in it day to day, it's going to go by slow. So
yeah,
let's make sure we support each other, look out for each other. And, from the bottom of my heart, I truly appreciate all you guys that are still continuing to stand by us, even though most of our coaching has had to go remote and the disruption and everything. So it's been very humbling and overwhelming, a lot of the support. And then also, if you guys can throw out some prayers and positive thoughts for those in our Double Edge community, but just our Reno community also that have been truly disrupted, because there's quite a few members within our own community that have been heavily impacted by all this too. So just put those positive thoughts and prayers out for everybody, guys. Chop, it's always a pleasure. Love seeing you.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for grinding. Stick to your routine. Eat well. Keep the party going.
Keep the party going. Hey, we're probably going to do another one of these sometime next week, I bet. We might do it on Instagram. Not sure yet. But you guys got any questions or topics or anything that comes up you want us to cover, fire those over to us, and we'll game plan the next one for you guys, okay?
Sounds good.
All right, everybody.
Stay strong, fam.
Play smart. Play hard. See you guys on the next one.
All right. See you, bud.
See you, bro.